Hello and welcome back. We are going to get pretty much right down to working on the display again. I have a couple of kind of inconsequential updates that I don't think anybody really cares about, but I'm going to throw them in to address them. As I've continued updating things around my space, I've developed kind of a backlog of these decorative lighting fixtures. I've been playing around with this idea for a while that it might be fun to hang a few up back here wherever they may fit. Once I got these up, I don't know that I'm exactly as thrilled with it as I thought I would be. The actual lighting provided is obviously not as functional, and I don't have dimmers back here, so I kind of have to be more strategic with the lamping. So these may stay, they may go. I'm kind of just settling in with them to see if I like it or not. But I did just want to explain what I'm playing with here because it'll probably show up in the background of stuff. So lastly, I have an update on the new tone bearing noise. I ran this on high for quite some time several nights ago, and it went completely silent. I tried it a couple nights ago, and not surprisingly, the noise did return. So I know that it can get quiet, but I just don't know that I want that variability and lack of knowing what it's going to do on the display. For the time being, it's up, and I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is for a while. As I'm recording this, it is still before cleanup week, so maybe I'll find something fantastic to put in this place during that. Otherwise, I'll figure it out further down the road. So we're already getting down to the last few that need to be changed out. I'm just going to leave these two spots for last, and we'll go down and focus on the three remaining ones over here. I think I'll actually start over here at this one. We are bringing some Legacy Casablanca back in, as well as IntelliTouch. So for that spot, I am going to pull out this Victorian. This one isn't exactly the most interesting choice, but I particularly enjoy this fan, and I feel like it kind of signifies something that I haven't really had up before. So while it's not the most fascinating choice, I think it'll be a good one. So I will go ahead and get to work and be back with you shortly. Okay, I went ahead and got my control in off camera, and while I was over here, I got the next control put in for this location. And for this one, once again, we are going to bring in some more Legacy Casablanca, and it's sort of going to expand upon my 2000s theme around the center here. It's been a while since I had a stealth up, so I am going to bring in my weathered copper. So I'll start getting the previous fan pulled down, and we'll get another one done. Excuse any background noise, the Roomba is doing its thing upstairs. I kind of forgot to turn the camera back on as I was putting this one up. I knew with the larger size of this fan, I was probably going to encounter the same blade overlappage issue that I had on the next spot down. I was counting on the upsweep of the stealth blades to kind of make up for that. And it really did. There's a pretty significant gap here. Definitely to the point of not being concerned about it at all, but for a moment I wasn't really sure it was going to work. So I was focusing on that, figured out it was going to be fine, went to turn on the power at the wall, and I had nothing going at the fan. When I put in that wall control, I thought maybe one of the wires had slipped off once I had it in the wall, so I figured that was probably the case and I shouldn't have ignored my gut instinct and fixed it on the spot. Opened it up, that was all fine. Checked at the ceiling to make sure power was going through, that was all fine. Finally come to figure out that the reverse switch that I put on top for the conversion was sitting halfway in between positions. Don't even know how that possibly happened. I didn't come into contact with it this entire installation process. But I absolutely hate when something so simple like that causes me to waste so much time troubleshooting. So with that aside, I still want to get into this location. I'm not super short on time yet, but I'm starting to get there. Thankfully, this should be a pretty quick and simple swap out. Alright, I am done here, but once again, I didn't consider that this fan is 54 inches. This one is definitely far from the worst I've ever encountered, and it does function okay, but it's just a little bit close for comfort. I'm thinking maybe I could do a slightly longer down rod on here. That would probably help accomplish slightly more comfortable spacing. I may also consider some swapping around. Again, pending cleanup week, there might be something better that I could put here. For the time being, I'm not going to be too concerned about it. I am starting to consider, with the amount of these encounters I've had with this cycle alone, potentially adding structure onto the side, which could allow me to move my box over an inch or two. That would resolve a great number of these issues and almost completely eliminate it as a future possibility. Generally speaking, I've got plenty of room on this side, so moving these over towards the wall another inch or two would not be a problem. So definitely something I'm thinking about as a potential improvement. It really would not be that big of a project, and I don't think would really take that long. But I would have to get some materials, and I don't know how much of a priority it is for me right now. I think that these 3 locations are really the only ones that need it. Over here, this next piece of structure bumps over, so it's not really a problem. And generally getting over into new products, I haven't had much issue as long as I put a smaller model here. But I'm thinking about it, and it might not hurt to also do this one. So something that just kind of popped into my mind now as a possibility of doing, and since I am getting such a head start on the display this year, there may be time to get to some of this stuff. I will just have to see how it goes and see what else comes up as a priority. For now, that's about all I can do for today, so I'm going to sign off. Today is kind of my last day before I get into the cleanup week stuff. I'm planning to maybe try to get out on the road a little bit tomorrow night. I think I will be here for a little bit tomorrow afternoon, but I'm mostly going to be trying to clean up, get some motors that are on the floor back on the ceiling in storage. So I may try to do some filming with that or maybe check in, but I'm also not going to make any promises in case things don't really go to plan. So I may see you tomorrow. If not, I do not know entirely when I will be back. All depends on how cleanup week goes, how much I find. So I will see you when I see you. Alright, hello, I am just stopping in for a quick check-in. I don't really have a ton to say, but I had my camera with, so I figured I would just stop in. I've spent an hour and a half or so just getting some of the stuff that I've taken down off of the display back up into storage. I do believe that my ceiling storage is pretty much full again. So that has opened up some space here where I can temporarily stage cleanup week finds. Other than that, not much more to add for the time being. I am going to try to get out on the road a little bit tonight, kind of just see if people are putting anything out yet, what kind of route I might want to take, or areas I might want to hit first. So for now, I am in good shape here and signing off for probably the next week or two, and we'll see where I'm at when I come out on the other side. Hello again, I'm finally back post-cleanup week. I think it's been a couple of weeks since I last checked in. I've been almost exclusively focusing on cleaning up and processing through all of the stuff that I found during cleanup week. And with that, I've been trying to create a bit of a backlog of regular demonstration videos. As you may know, I have a new product feature coming up with Kuzco. I really need to dig in and get going on that. So having a bunch of videos ready to go on standby that I can upload over the next few weeks is really going to help with that. Obviously, to work on that, I need the studio cleared out, which is why I'm coming back to the vlog today. So I'm returning to the Newtone Sea Island with bad bearing situation. It's like the cleanup week gods knew that I needed something Newtone to replace that sea island. This hacienda was one of the first things I found. It's even the same finish profile as the sea island, so it is a perfect replacement. Its bearings are not perfect either, but at least they don't have a chatter or rattle. It's more of just a low rumble, and that I can definitely live with. I was trying to decide down here if I just want to do a one-for-one swap, or maybe if I'd want to do it without a light kit in this spot. What I've ultimately decided here is I'm just going to do a one-for-one on the Newtone situation. I'm probably just going to swap in this exact switch cap and same light kit. And then to correct another issue, I'm going to change up what I was going to do with this spot. And I'm going to end up moving this Fasco down into that spot. And then I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do here. Maybe I'll do a 50-inch Casablanca or a 48-inch spinner, something like that, just to ensure that I don't have any issues with these blades hitting. I've decided what I'm likely going to do is next time these locations get swapped out, I will add that extra structure onto the side as I talked about before. just to shove these problem ones over a little bit further and give me that extra space that I need and make sure that I don't regularly encounter this issue again. If I do have spare time, I can also come back and do that sooner, but for the time being, I just want to get functional things in these spots in case I run out of time. So this one is yet to be determined, but I think I'm going to try to get at least the new tone swapped in and get this location done as well. This location is also pending now due to cleanup week fines. I may want to do something different than originally planned with this one. So once again, for the time being, I'm just not going to touch it. Hopefully by the next time I come back, this will be decided and I will try to make a decision on what's going to go here as well. I have some other stuff I would like to get around to doing today, so I'm going to try to be somewhat speedy. Not really sure how much I'm going to record along the way here, but I will definitely check back in once everything is done. Alright, I am all done here. This already took longer than I wanted it to, so I am going to head out and move on to other things. Just wanted to document this change in the moment. I am not sure when I'm going to be back next. I think I'm actually going to try to start editing this video together. I don't think I have enough footage to close it out yet. If I do, the next clip might just be a quick closeout. Otherwise, I will see you back soon for more. Hello, I vastly underestimated the amount of footage I had, and I definitely do have enough to close this one out. I don't really have anything else to add here at the end, so I will keep it brief. Thank you all for watching today. Remember to subscribe and ring the notification bell before you leave, and I will see you next time.